Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. I'd like to test that massive great big brochard muck spreader. I would like to be able to use that one at least once and do some stuff with it, which is on my to-do list. That is one of the things that I would like to do. Now, what we may have to do in order to properly use that one is take the manure that we've got here and drop it into storage. Now, I believe that the storage that we have bought, this one in here, this miscellaneous storage that we've got this one right here. No, we don't. It's the storage facility. That wouldn't be under miscellaneous, would it? It'd be under silos. It's that one right there. That one does actually have, yes, this it does. It does have storage for manure. So we can go and use it to store the manure in it. So once this one sort of got a bit of manure accumulated in here, we can then go and use it to, let me start that one up. Lower it down like that. We should be able to go and use this one. Like we should be able to like take the stuff out of here and then put it in storage so that we can accumulate a bit for using that massive great big muck spreader. Now, it's not going to be an ideal situation. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to leave it there like that. And then I'm not going to bother putting the front weight back on the tractor. I'm just going to do this weightless. We should be fine with doing that. Yeah, so hopefully the brochard, is it brochard? I think it's brochard. Muck spreader would be able to go into those two storage units that we've got over there, and then that means that we should be able to store up to 1 million litres of manure, which would then be able to do a big manure spreading job across all of the fields. The reason that I want to do it like that is because even though we've got a massive capacity for cattle on our map now, like I managed to edit that correctly, and I've now got the ability to have a huge number of cows on here. We can have up to, like, I think 4,000 over there. What it didn't do, I don't think it's changed the capacity for slurry or manure on there. I think that is still limited. Now, I mean, if I go in here, it doesn't actually give you any kind of limit on these. We've just got slurry there, 57,000 litres of manure that we've got in there. I'm not sure if there is a physical limit on this or not, or whether it's limited by the number of cows that we have. I think there is a limit. I think there is an actual numerical limit on it. So if we want more, we're going to have to pull it out and we're going to have to drop it in storage temporarily. But I mean, that's not a terrible hardship. It's not exactly going to be a difficult thing for us to go and do, is it? So we can do that, and then we'll be able to use that giant muck spreader. I'm not planning to use it a huge amount, purely because it's going to be massive and cumbersome, which means that we're going to struggle to use it. I mean, I could go and get, like, we've got a couple of different options for tractors with that. We do have, I don't actually have them on here, but I mean, the tractors that we've got, instead of sitting here on this tractor or this one, I'm going to go up so that we're going to sit on this one and we can see it in behind when we're looking at stuff here. I've got the Skittles Pack. We've got the Skittles Pack on our Discord, which was made and designed by Patrio, which is, he's one of the admins on the Discord server. Many of you are already familiar with it. He basically took the S-Series Cow Edition and then repainted it. But he did that with 3 different size tractors, all bright colors, all different colors. They look absolutely amazing, and the pack is available. There is a link on the Discord to download it. And the Skittles Pack does look amazing. And the tractors are super powered as well. So we've got super powered tractors, which I thought was pretty good. Now, we've got the Valtra S-Series right there from Stevie. That's 400 horsepower, 540 horsepower. That one does go up to. We've got all of the colouring options on there. Or we're looking at, say, one of these articulated tractors here. I'm not really sure about using one of those. We got this tractor right here. Stevie didn't add big engine options onto his tractors by the look of it. But we do have, like, the case quad track right here. I mean, this is the Stevie one. And, oh, I think he has altered that one, so I don't remember that being 1,165 horsepower. And it does up to 60k. Okay, that's definitely a Stevie. That's definitely a Stevie one. That could be a possibility for it, because it does require an awful lot of power to pull it. It requires 500 horsepower. It's got 60,000 litre capacity. And, like, the thing does look pretty cool, right? It does look pretty cool in there, but it's only got a 20k working speed, and I feel that probably we would want something a little bit bigger than that. I mean, we can go up to 27k on this, just with the modifications that we've got right here. And then you've got the Stevie one over here, which is that one, and he's just altered the... Actually, I don't think he has altered that capacity. I'm sure there will be other Stevie ones that we could perhaps go and use. But anyway, that's something potentially that we might do in the future. And you're saying that you finished... And you have actually finished. If we go and have a look in here. Right, why is the... Oh, I put fertilizer on the other fields first, didn't I? I didn't put fertilizer on that one. I left that one. So that one we've got to do after it's grown. But all the rest of this is now finished. There's only one tiny little bit, and there's some strips down the side here, and it's actually just a little bit further up right here. We can do just there, like that. So that's everything. I'm actually just going to get rid of the rest of it. And then we can fold that one up, and we're done. We have spread everything with slurry and manure. All of it, all the way through. We gathered all of the hay. We sold a load of hay this time round, which we won't necessarily always be able to do. But we got some extra money coming in there for the hay. Now, there is another thing. I'm not sure if I actually told you. I want to just start fast-forwarding time a little bit. So we're going to need to go down this way now, because I want to get to this one. It's just I want the first growth stage so that we can go and put fertilizer on that field in there. The machine that I want to get, which is this one under Global Company, is that cow feed mixer right there. There is a new version of that one, and there's a second version of it that direct feeds into the cattle, so you don't have to transfer from one point to the other. I would really, really like to use that. However, I'm very, very cautious about it because I have got this same mod in the time-lapse series. So what I might try and do is download the variation of it so that we've got this ability to direct load. And you've only got to put it near the cattle pen. If you put it near the cattle pen, let's just go into decoration a minute. Actually, let's go here to landscaping. We are landscaping right down the bottom at the moment. If you put it near the cattle pen, it will unload directly into the cows. And that's the bit that I really like about it. That is the bit that I think is absolutely fantastic. So what we can do is we can place it there in front of the cattle, with the back unloading spout would be going straight into there. So the machine would be planted right there. We would be able to load it on the front bit out here, and it would be unloading straight into the cattle pen in there, which would be perfect. If we can have that, that would be absolutely perfect for us. That's exactly what we would want, if we can have that. Now, I'm really, really hoping that we can. I will... Basically, all I was going to do is going to download the mod and then make sure that it's got the kind of capacities on it that I want in order to be able to cope with 4,000 cows, which means that I will probably alter alter a few of the figures on there, and then also rename the whole thing so that it doesn't interfere with the existing one that I've got, and then I can just have two of them. So we can have one that is the special unloading one, and then we can have another one that will do everything else. Now, we've already got fertilizer spread across the other fields. It was only that one that I needed to do. So we can leave that now. And we've just got to let it all grow overnight. So we're up to 25,000 at the moment. I'll just park you back in there. And I'm going to start bringing these combines down. Now, we've got these headers up here. These headers are on the combines right now. Are these... I don't know if these are ones that I can drag along or not. Doesn't really matter. We need corn headers. It's basically what we're going to want. These aren't any good. We need corn headers. And in order to have corn headers, we need the money to be able to buy them. Now, I think I've got one small corn header in there. I may have still got a sunflower header in there. If we can have sunflower headers, that would be even better, but they do cost a pile of money. No, I've already sold them. Well, I've sold one of them. I've got a little tiny one there, but he's no good to man nor beast. We are not going to use that one. So this combine can come in here, and that can just drop down there for a minute and shut off. And then we're going to go into here, and we're going to go to the garage, and then we're going to scroll up through this way until we find our corn header there. That one right there. I'm going to sell that one for 12,901. Yes, okay. The headers actually on the combines are headers that we could unhitch and then drag along behind us in the proper manner. Let's do that, shall we? Let's live life on the edge and unfold that bad boy. Like that. Bring you all the way around here. And then I will lower that one down. Unhitch it there. And then we'll hook it onto the back of the combine. Now, in the dark. We've got plenty of light, so we're alright. We can see what we're doing. And then we can hook that one on there, and then we can go for a little drive. So this one can just be left in the shed. Parked up. We can have the combines out. I actually really like dragging the combines along like this. I think they look quite cool when they've got their headers on behind them and you're driving along the road like that. I really do. I really do think that they look very awesome like that. The place where I used to, like, I've only driven a combine in one place. I've ridden on combines plenty of times. I've seen them working. I've been involved with them, but I've only ever actually spent hours driving one in one place, and there they didn't like dragging it with the combine. They used to well, they actually didn't even have a hitch on the combine, because the class combine, the hitch was actually down a little bit and then stuck out, and they didn't like that because when you went over the rows it used to catch on the straw a bit, so they just chopped it off. And they never wanted to... I asked, why wouldn't you put it back and then tow it with the combine? They didn't want to do that because it's just too much hassle. They would just put the header onto a another vehicle, and they would drag it along like that. Nice and simple. It was an easy way to do it, and yes, it was really effective and it really worked, but it did mean that I never actually got to see the combine pulling the header, which I think just looks really cool. So I was always a little bit disappointed that we didn't actually get to do that. But, that was just the way that it was run. We are already on 89,000 right here. It is 10 o'clock, which is a little bit later than we would have liked. We got the sunflowers out. I do love to see the sunflowers. But, I mean, it's alright. So we're going to come over this way. We're going to put the water going in there. I'm going to have a quick look into the cows in here. Water, we're nearly full. Straw and pellets is about halfway down already. That uses up pretty quick. Silage hasn't changed. Reproduction rate is 27 hours there. So 3 hours, we're going to be on cow number 56, which is pretty good. In here, we've got 6,000 litres of milk, which if we go in there and we sell, the current market value for milk is 2,000 euros per 1,000 litres, which is pretty good. So that's going to get us another 12,000 after expenses, so we're on 113,000, which overall I'd say was a pretty good sum of money. So we're going to go back to fast, and really, is it already ready to harvest? Alright, it's ready to harvest at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right, I genuinely didn't expect it to be ready that quickly. I really didn't expect it to be ready that quickly. Grass over here. Grass is ready as well. A single day? I didn't think it would go that fast. Right, the problem with it going that fast is that I don't know if I've got I don't know if I've got the money to buy the corn headers. We have got, what are the combines that we've got? They are the Russell Mash, the RSM161. So we want to go into the corn headers in here, and it's that one there, RSM161, is 67,000 euros to buy that one. Or we've got the, where's the other headers? They're not in here. They must be under standard yeah, they're under standard headers right here. So I could go with, is it that one or is it this one? The 161. The Helianthus 12,000 right there. It's not worth it at the moment. That's something that we will buy when we've got just the biggest stuff. But I'm gonna have to borrow a bit more money. Fortunately, I am going to have to go with a little bit more loan like that. I mean, I don't need that quite that much money, but that's just going to give us a little bit extra to mess around with just in case we want it. So the Diamant HS12 RSM161 9-meter corn header right there. I want to have that going as fast as it will allow us, which is 17k like that. And color, I think we'd stick with that color actually, because that's a fairly close match to the vehicle that we've got. Alright, we'll stick with that one. So we'll buy that one, that's 67,000, okay. And we'll buy a second one, another 67,000, okay. We'll put those two right in the yard in there, and then I can go, actually I won't go to that combine first, I will go to this combine first. So if I bring that header out round like this, I'll put that one over here. I'm going to put the header fairly close to the wall, not too close, we don't want to actually go through the wall, and then I'm going to unfold the header like this because it's low down to the ground. That's why it's made it go a little bit strange for our poor combine like that. So we just want to unhitch that one, and then that one can stay there. So I can now go out, I can go and get the new corn header that we got out there, which will be good for this crop, and it will be good for the corn crop that we will go and do soon. So I'm going to start unfolding the combine right there, and then I can hook that one on, and I can start unfolding that one as well. Bring it out to here, put that in, turn on the AI vehicle extension like that, and I'm not going to start there because it does sometimes cause us an issue up on this corner. Sometimes does a slightly strange and peculiar thing up on this corner if we're not careful. So I'm actually going to start it there like that, move in, and then press H so that it will carry on and go and do that bit. Should be okay now to go around and do the rest of this. It's this corner up here. I will actually just watch it do the corner up here and just make sure that we get round this okay, because this is always the bit that causes problems. He goes right into there. He's actually done that all right. He did do okay there. Credit where it's due. It's now getting stuck, but I mean he did the first bit all right. Okay, we'll try having a little bit of faith in that one, and we will see how he gets on. Next one, I'm going to bring this one out, and all I need to do here is just swing that combine right round like that, so that then the second header, that can just go there like that, and we can unhitch. Doesn't need to do anything more than that. And then we can go off and we can get the next header, and this one I'm going to put straight into the big field down here. I bring you over like that, and start unfolding the header, start unfolding the combine. And I'm actually going to bring it out this side, and I'm going to do one pass along the bottom end of the field from this way, and then we will go back round and we'll do it the other way. So I'm just going to swing in round here. So yeah, I want to do one pass along the bottom. There was one little bit there that didn't quite plant properly because of the tree that's in the way here. So I'm going to start that one there. Single pass along this side of the field right here. Just like that. And then I'm going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to let it do a pass up this side of the field as well, I think. I think that's what we will do. So you can bring you out to there like that. Because if I start it on this side of the field, if I do a pass up through here, it's going to just make it... give us a little bit of room for like getting round for unloading the combine, loading up the truck and stuff that we have all parked up there. So I want this one here, and I'm going to lower down the fertilizer spreader and leave that one there. We'll go over and we'll hook in our machine over here. Get that one hooked on. I've got mowing ready to go and do as well. The grass is all grown. That's ready. We can go and get that started up there. Try and get through that fairly rapidly if we can. So you can park up there so that you're ready to go. This one here can... Actually, what I'm going to try and do with this one... I'm going to try and come over here like this. And see if I can persuade it... Right, he's got the wrong setting on at the moment. Well, it's not necessarily the wrong setting. What I want it to do is I want it to now... Actually, I don't want it to do that. What I want it to do is if I just put that spout out a second and bring it back. It's got 35% in at the moment. So I'll bring that back over here. Like that. And unload into there. And then I'm going to bring this one over here. Turn off the AI extension. And we'll finish off this field just with standard AI. I think it should work just fine. I don't think there'll be any problem with that. So I'll bring you out this way a bit. And sort of do it like that. So we've got a decent bit of an overlap out on this side. And then he should just be able to go and finish that up without any issues. This one has actually gone all the way up to the top end of the field, turned around and come back again, which wasn't quite part of my master plan. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run it down, we'll let it get to the end of the field here, and then I'm going to stop the hired help a second. I'll put the spout out like this, and I will dump off the 5,500 litres that I've got on it at the moment. So we're going to just quickly tip that lot into there. Then we will scoot off up to the other end of the field, and I will do a pass along that top end up there, and then I'll set it back, working up and down the field once more. I think that's probably going to be the best way to maximize our efficiency right the way across the board. You right round and now take that little whiz on up through here. I still haven't gone and started the mowing in the 2 meadows for the cattle, and I mean, I don't have to go and do that. We could just leave the grass this time round and focus on getting the sunflowers harvested and then the next crop planted, because it does take a bit of time to go and do all of the mowing and stuff as well. I might actually do that. I might just leave it this time, and we'll sort of we'll come back and we'll do that next time. That's what I used to do. I definitely didn't cut grass every single time, mainly because it was sort of quite a bit of bother to go and do that every single time and gather everything up. So I generally would only do that when I needed to, and I wanted to get the money for doing said job. So I might do that again now. It's not sort of something that I'm going to keep... Well, I don't know. But I might just do it this time at least. Right, you go rushing off down there. And then we'll hook you into a different one in a minute. So I want that one there. He is 3,000 litres on board. That combine has just about finished his job already. So this tractor, this truck, I'm just going to park that one right there like that. I'm going to shut it off there. This one is just about done. So I'm going to manually quickly take out this last little bit. And there's also a little tiny bit down the bottom. And then I can go and put this one going in that smaller field off to the side. And that's going to be half of the crop done already. Like, this is going to get through pretty quickly. So I think, yeah, I think leaving the grass this time round, it's not going to hurt. Plus, also, we've got to take into account the fact that we've got more limited quantities of slurry and manure up there. Now, if I go in here and we take a look at the cows, we've got enough manure to do all of the fields. We have actually got enough of that to do all of the fields, so that wouldn't be a problem at all. We would be all right. We would cope. I'll bring this one all the way down here, and then I will start on the opposite side of the field. I mean, yes, it is a bit more time-consuming to sort of run between the two, so I don't actually want to keep it going on that side, but I like to take a pass down the opposite side of the field just to make it a little bit easier for... Like, we don't have the hired help going and doing anything weird then, do we? Right, when he goes to finish up that last little bit, sometimes the hired help does strange things, and I would rather avoid having strange things happening, if possible. Because, yeah, we have enough issues. We're trying to run a farm here. Farms have strange things happening every single day, so if we can avoid just one or two extra strange things happening, it does at least make our job, our lives, just that little bit simpler, if possible. Right, I want to go to you over here. Actually, want to stop that one now, and I'm going to bring that one back out round, and it's going to go on the other side of the field, over here. So I've opened up a piece down that side. So when the last line is coming up through, the combine isn't going to do anything weird. It's not going to then turn around with the hired help and say, you know what, I don't actually like this one. I'm not going to do any more. I give up. I've had enough. I'm going home for the day. It should just go right through and finish the field. You could actually get started on planting, although before I do that, let me go to you. Everything will be alright down here, and don't think we need to... I was just wondering if I should do a little bit of a... You know, I might as well, just while we're here. I am here after all, so if we just start that there, and the combines are nice and fast. See? 17k. I mean, we can go even faster if we... I think the Stevie ones run up to 20k, but... This is fine. We go whizzing up through there and just bring that over to that point right there. And then if I put the spout out like this, tuck you in there without punching a hole in the fertilizer container, we can dump this lot in here, and then I haven't got to bother unloading that one in a minute. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.